So just how vulnerable is the former president now that he no longer has the immunities afforded to him by the White House? Joining me now to talk about this is former federal prosecutor Jeff Tsai. Jeff, good to see you. You have prosecuted former high-profile politicians before. These investigations don't just cover former President Trump's time in office. He also no longer has immunity. Just how much of a threat are these multiple investigations to him?
Well, Pamela, it's great to be with you today. Thank you for having me. I'll start by saying that the only worse thing than having one prosecutor investigating or possibly prosecuting you is having two or more prosecutors doing that. And I say that as both a former prosecutor and also now a current defense lawyer. And I think that what these multiple investigations and potentially prosecutions highlight is that the cloak of immunity obviously only goes so far, and that now as a private citizen, what former President Trump is seeing is that there are so many of these various factual and legal issues that have been left in stasis that now are ripe for review by various of these prosecutors. I will note, however, that obviously nothing's been proved, but what these various investigations highlight is that there are two very real categories of things that the prosecutors are going to be looking at, and some are related purely to the time in which Mr. Trump was in office. And now, perhaps more dangerously for him, those investigations, a couple of which you mentioned, are now based on conduct that has nothing to do during the time that he was president.
Right. And you mentioned the prosecutors, the multiple prosecutors. What do the appointments of prosecutors in New York as well as in Georgia tell you about where these investigations may be headed?
One of the prime directives of prosecutors when they are looking at cases, they're looking at facts, is first, she will ask herself, what is the path of least resistance for me in making my case based on the facts and based on the law? And I think that's what you're seeing right now. And in the course of these investigations, in particular, you can look at what Cy Vance and his office are doing in Manhattan, or what is happening in Tish James's office, in the New York AG's office with respect to their investigation, as they are looking at that conduct, again, irrespective of Mr. Trump's time in office, based on various potential tax improprieties, whether it's in connection with the tax returns themselves, whether they evidence crimes in association with tax deductions that he's taken. And again, all of these show that they're going to look at those sets of facts based on the law that they might be able to most easily prove.